All right. Welcome to another episode, another thrilling episode of Investigators in Cars Drinking Coffee. It is the New Year's Eve edition here at Investigators in Cars, and we just want to wish you all a happy and safe New Year's Eve. Wendy, what's your plans?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
2019, on the verge.
Right.
We didn't get invited to.
It's too tall.
Is it too tall?
Yeah.
You already bent the tip.
Okay.
You really? Is it working?
Be careful.
Okay, be careful. Yeah, but we're here celebrating New Year's Eve. We're Investigators in Cars. We are drinking coffee or coffee-like substances.
Right.
And we are not going to be in Times Square tonight.
No.
Fergie is going to have to go without us. Fergie, here's to you. Be safe and warm. Best to you. Anyway, so we had a wonderful holiday season. Saw the kids. Kids left. Even better. And we are back at work, so to speak.
By the way, we do know that these are going to be backwards from our last video and the Advent debacle that was backwards. I know that these are backwards. We haven't figured that out. But
we haven't figured that out. We're still...
It says Happy New Year.
It says Happy New Year, by the way. It says Nyeppy.
We got live FaceTime here.
This is live Facebook. Welcome, Facebook friends. So anyway, we do have a topic here for you today, and that is four ways or four stays to stay safe on New Year's Eve and into the New Year. So this is a educational time. So,
do you have any New Year's resolutions, Mark?
Yeah, I want to get to my my New Year's resolution is the same every year, is to get to the next New Year. So
okay.
To still be here at the end of the year.
That's
so
a good one.
Lord willing, that's my big plan for New Year's. So New Year's resolutions always start out. Do you find yourself keeping all your New Year's resolutions?
No, my New Year's resolution this year is to just take one day at a time, because that's the only resolution I can really make.
It's the only one we can get here.
So take it one day at a time.
Take it one day at a time. Make the best of it. Everybody's got a plan for it. I'm sure Tony Robbins has a whole game plan. We're not Tony, so but we do have a plan for you, and that is 4 ways or 4 stays to staying safe on New Year's Eve and into the new year.
Right.
And why are we doing this? What's the urgency behind this?
Well, we know that a good part of you are going to be out tonight. They call it amateur night, number one. And so there's a lot of people out there that are doing things that they aren't normally doing, not handling it well. And we want all of you to be safe. We don't go out on New Year's Eve. We stay home in our snug little home safely. But there's nothing wrong with going out. I hope you have a great time. We thought it'd be nice to give you some pointers as to how to stay safe and make it home safe.
Yeah,
so
that's our big goal here. So I've called this the 4 stays of staying safe on New Year's Eve and into the new year. And the first one, so it's going to be 4 stays, and I'll give them to you. 4. Stay alert, stay away, stay in touch, and stay in shape. So we'll kind of go through real briefly 4 stays of staying safe on New Year's Eve and into the new year. So number 1 is staying alert. And this is something, Wendy, we call situational awareness.
Okay.
If you're a security expert, they call this situational awareness. And what's this mean? This means simply what? That you're aware of where you're at.
Yeah. You're not distracted. You're not sitting on your phone in the parking lot. If you happen to be in some kind of drinking establishment, you're watching your circumstances around you. Yeah. Your drink, you're watching your drink.
Yeah. You're aware of your situation.
Yes.
That's what situational awareness is.
Right.
Staying alert. You don't you don't operate in a cloud. You know what your baseline is, and throughout the year, you know what your baseline is. What's normal for you around your household? Are you aware of cars that you don't recognize, people you don't recognize in your neighborhood, in your workplace, where you park your car? This is part of staying alert. That's the first stay, is to stay alert. And
okay, number 2.
Number 2, stay alert. Number 2, stay away. This is actually something called staying away. It's called avoidance.
Yes.
This is avoiding places where you shouldn't be. This is avoidance is always the first choice and your best objective for staying safe. Know those places where you are most likely at risk.
And where is that?
And where am I always telling you to be extra cautious? Where do you go?
Parking lots.
Parking lots all the time.
Yeah, I got grabbed in a parking lot one time. So, yep, parking lots.
Parking lots.
When I walk out in a parking lot, I've got my head turning the whole time I'm walking.
Yep.
So they see me, and just that they know I'm aware is going to scare them off.
This is really one of the best ways to avoid an an attacker, to avoid a predator, to avoid any type of harassment, is simply to be alert and let people know that you are in fact paying attention.
Yes.
But we're talking poorly lit areas, parking garages, parking lots, especially after hours. Another spot is gas stations, and particularly depending on the area that you're in. Parking lots are great areas to be approached. Sometimes it's by homeless people looking for some money or a change, or a panhandler, but you never know when those incidents could turn into a potential violent encounter, and you want to avoid that.
Right.
Simply by being alert and staying away, avoiding some of those areas that you don't necessarily have to be in, or you can do somewhere else.
Don't go out, of course, have somebody accompany you out to your car. Don't go out by yourself. Don't get in a strange car. These are just very obvious things that you could think about when you're out there.
Yeah, that's the staying away. That's avoiding the areas. One of the first thing I tell, particularly when Wendy's out, is pay attention to your gas gauge. Always fill up your tank when you're at half a tank. Don't wait until you're on vapors and you got to go through a neighborhood, or you got to go to an area where you're not comfortable. Just stay alert. Fill up the car at half a tank.
Yeah, before you go out tonight.
Yeah,
before
particularly
it's dark.
tonight. It's funny too what Wendy's saying about avoidance. We tell people don't get in cars with strangers, and now we have apps that will do that for you. It's called Uber. You're getting in a car with a stranger you never met before,
well,
but you do have.
There's safety tips for Uber, too.
There are safety tips for Uber, and we'll get into those. And
those
those are wonderful car services, and the people who are doing that are just normal people trying to make an extra living, but it is kind of funny how things have changed.
I just had an Uber in Miami. I was a little nervous. And they right on their app now, they tell you how to let somebody track you.
Yeah.
To check the license plate, they send you a picture of the driver. Do those things. There's a reason they're telling you that.
Yeah.
So
they want you to come home safe too. They don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
And that leads us to the number 3. We've had stay alert, we've had stay away, and now the third thing is stay in touch.
Oh.
Stay in touch. And what is that? What? Because I call you. How often do I call you during the day?
Constantly.
Wendy always knows where I'm at because I'm always calling her.
Yes.
But I think that's another way. Let family members know where you are and who you're with.
Right.
This leads into part of that leads into the buddy system. Particularly on a night like tonight, you want to be with somebody that you trust. Now that person may be a designated driver. That person may be a trusted friend. Part of staying in touch is you stay with people who you trust, and you don't wander off with people you don't know. But staying in touch, also, keeping in touch by phone, by text message, letting people know, hey, I'm with us and so we're at this local establishment here, or we're on our way home.
Right.
This you think it's an accountability. We're not trying to micromanage people's lives, but I want to know where Wendy's at just in case something does happen.
Right. When I leave the mall, if it's dark, I'll text Mark, I'm leaving the mall, I'm parked in this parking lot. Then I let them know I'm in the car, I'm safe, because I have gotten approached twice in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And they snuck up. I didn't see them coming. So this really happens. So I just know that if something did happen, if he knows where to start looking for me, that's going to really increase the odds that he finds me.
Yeah. And we don't this is not a laughing matter, because you read the newspaper, you want to be able to read the article, you don't want to be in the article. Does that make sense?
Right.
So we said stay alert, stay away, stay in touch, and the last tip for this is stay in shape.
Oh.
Now, that's you and I are kind of fitness buffs. Well, staying in shape. Where was I here?
Yes.
Staying in shape. And a lot of the New Year's Eve, and we have friends of ours who are in the fitness business and the martial arts business, they tell us that January and February are always full of new members and always drop off by March. But staying in shape means primarily for a lot of us is to get in shape and to start. But this doesn't mean that you have to go to your local CrossFit gym,
why do you need
does
to
it?
stay in shape?
Well, because if something does happen, you just want to have the physical ability to ward off an attacker, to flee from a situation.
Right.
You want to be in shape so you're not out of breath when you need to control your emotions.
But as a woman, we're immediately outmatched by a man.
Sometimes, but you can make up for that with training. And that's why I talk about staying in shape. You don't need to do CrossFit or extreme sports, but just start walking around the block.
Yeah.
If you've been leading kind of a sedentary life, make a decision that, look, you don't have to be a marathon runner, but you don't become a marathon runner, but you do have to get yourself in shape. Here's another idea. Take a self-defense course.
Yeah.
You and I have taken those.
Yes, I've taken 2.
She's taken 2 of those over a lifetime, so she knows what to do if someone tries to strangle her or something like that.
You don't have to be strong. You just have to know where to hit them.
Correct.
Few tips there.
I should post the picture of where you hit me once. She actually did. I think we'll actually do one of those on our Friday ride-along. We'll go to a friends of ours own a local. We're friends of ours in the martial arts community and the health community. So there are places you can go with free classes on women's self-defense, just to kind of get yourself situated to or familiar with what might work.
Right.
The other thing you can do, which is watching YouTube videos. YouTube is full of techniques that you can use for self-defense, and we encourage you to make yourself aware of those things. So those are our 4 stays to stay safe in 2019, tonight on New Year's Eve and into 2019. Number 1, stay alert. Use your situational awareness. Look around you and keep an eye on things that seem out of place. Number 2 is to stay away. Avoid those areas where you know there might be trouble. Dark parking lots, poorly lit areas, commercial areas after hours. Use the buddy system. Let people know where you're at. Stay in touch. That's number 3. And finally, stay in shape. So those are the 4 stays. And we are so grateful to have you with us here this afternoon. We enjoy our Facebook family, our Facebook friends here, and we'll be posting this to our YouTube station. We have a YouTube station. Just look us up at Complete Legal Investigations. We'll be rolling out a new banner for that. We're going to kind of pitch the investigators in cars drinking coffee motif, but we look forward to that as well. Visit us at our website at CompleteLegalINV.com. Follow us on Twitter at CompleteLegalNV, and on Facebook, friends, like us, like our page over there, and visit our YouTube station at Complete Legal Investigations. Have a safe and happy New Year's Eve, and Wendy,
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! See you soon.